Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm taking a look at all four Micro LEGO Ninjago City sets. These were released earlier this year through the VIP or Insiders Reward Center, Force of Habit. You can get them for around 2,300 Insiders points each, and that does equate to roughly, I think, like 18 or 20-ish US dollars each. So you do need a lot of points to get these sets, but they are still available. They did not sell out immediately, which was really surprising to me. But I think that's a good thing. I think it means that there's a lot of stock of them so that a bunch of people will be able to enjoy them because they are really cool shrunken down versions of the modular Ninjago City sets. I do want to remind everyone that I am an employee of the LEGO Group, however, all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the LEGO Group, and LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. These sets are pretty intricate. I did take a look at the original Ninjago City one separately, but I didn't do separate reviews for all of them because I just got around to building them too long after they came out, so I thought it wasn't worth the time to do individual reviews, but it would still be cool to look at them all together. So this set, you guys have already heard my thoughts on. I think it was a nice shrunken down version of the original model. And then next up is the Ninjago City docks. This one also looks pretty good. I really like the color scheme. The color blocking in these micro cities is very, very good because you can just immediately see the arcade here. You can see the entrance into Dareth's dojo. You've got the like the ladder up to the tea shop and everything, and even the little cave for the boat to go into. This is the little market. You even have like the working crane, and by working I mean swiveling. So I really like seeing all of the details that are represented at such a small scale. You've got the pillars that lead into that shop that has a recessed entrance, the vending machine, the signage, some stickers, not prints because you aren't going to get exclusive prints in a set like this, but some stickers with the advertisements. I would have liked that. It's definitely not needed. It's nice to see so much detail represented only in brick form, but I mean it would have like made them even more accurate. But on the other hand, I do like not using stickers and relying only on brick building because stuff like having the leaf covering the cave entrance there, that is just a really nice detail to have brick built at such a small scale. Next up, we have the Ninjago City Gardens, which I do think is the most intricate of all of these, and it might be my favorite because I don't like this set as much as the first two Ninjago City sets, like with the full big version, but in microscale, it just looks so cool. Again, even getting the lavender into this like shrine at the top, you've got the museum. I do think the biggest miss is that you don't have the museum skylight here. You've got the rounded top, but this is supposed to be clear and it's flame yellowish orange. So it would have been great if the skylight had been folded in. But I love how you've got the tree at the top. I really like the way that this like ninja tower was assembled. And even like the pufferfish decoration, all of this stuff just looks great. You have the little tree sticking out through the center, and I think that that looks quite nice. You've got like this decoration outside the museum, more signage, another restaurant, like that's the Ice Planet ice cream shop. You even have the suggestion of a staircase going up to the next level, which is just really great attention to detail. And that continues around the back where you have like the balcony for the apartment. You've got all of these railings, and so it doesn't really look like you could walk around out here because the railings are taking up a lot of space, but the detail is still nice to see. And that continues all the way around back here where you have entrances to more shops, and then you still have like the little like grassy island with the stone pillars on either side. And speaking of islands, you do have the little temple island represented on the side. And I do like that you get a little micro figure to represent the statue of Zane. And this part, I mean, this is honestly probably the worst looking part because it's just really hard to do it at such a small scale. You definitely don't have the same kind of shapes going on, but you have a suggestion of them, and that's good enough at such a tiny scale. Lastly, we have the Ninjago City Markets, and if you saw my full review on this set, you know that it's my least favorite Ninjago City set, but I like it a little bit more in micro scale. I don't know why. I think it's cute, but even in micro scale, it's still my least favorite of the three. The wide open space feels a little bit better in such a tiny scale. I guess maybe because the advertisements stick out more. But I like the way the bridge has been done. You've got the boat, you have like the little market stall down there. And you do have like a nice amount of depth. Like I really like in this corner just how much is going on with like the different shaping right there. And then that's like where the cable car would go into. You've got the staircase up to it with like the little pillars. And speaking of pillars, each Ninjago City set has a pretty unique pillar design, and I like how they've been executed in micro scale because you've got like this pillar in the markets, you have this pillar in the docks, and they look totally different. And so I really like those little like stylistic differences. And then moving up to the higher level, well, you also have the cable car in the middle. It gets a little bit lost in this micro version and it can't move. It would have been, well, actually, I mean, it can move a little bit because you can just drag like this clip along the track. So, I mean, it's nice that it moves at all. I guess you could like reclip it at different points. So I'll take that back. It is kind of functional. But as you can see, like this actual like cable car thing, it doesn't clip into anything at the other end. So it's just a little bit loose. Not like it's going to break, but it just doesn't feel the best. And it looks really tiny. It's really easy for it to get lost in micro scale. But you do have like the little station that it goes up into, more advertisements. I like the little squid sign on the roof of this shack thing. It's built using like cow horn pieces, but I think it looks really nice. And much like Ninjago City Gardens, I like the way the curved roller coaster tracks have been brought in. And I really like the glitter purple color on Dareth's karaoke bar. It's not an arcade, it's a karaoke bar. And again, it has a recessed entryway, but he didn't have any glitter trans purple on his shop in the actual set, but I think it makes it stand out nicely in micro scale. And then I do really like this detail around the back with the staircase, and then you've got the walkway to the Borg store. And that's been built pretty well in micro scale. Again, the colors are just on point. You have the red thingy that was on the side of it, but what I really like is that you've got the elevator, and the elevator kind of works because you can slide this piece up and down even though there's no one to ride it. So I think that preserving those functions is a neat aspect of this micro set. And again, the exterior of the Borg store, I just think that that looks really, really good in micro scale. And much like the larger sets, while they aren't modular, these can still be connected to each other because they have Technic pins exactly where they should be on the larger versions. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this in the configuration that I originally had my regular set, or my original set, docks and gardens in. This is how I had been displaying them for the last few years. And then we got the markets. So I did a whole connection video with the larger sets with the markets. And I said I really wished I had been able to make an L shape because I like the style or the display setup I ended up with in that video. But with two corner buildings, it's just really exciting to be able to turn corners. And honestly, I mean, I'm trying to visualize this, how it would look with the larger version. But I think that this is a pretty winning appearance because I like having these sets in a line together. When I started trying to fit the markets into the line, that's where I ran into trouble. But making it turn a corner and start building out like the other side of Ninjago City, I like this much, much more, actually. I like this way, way more than the big version I ended up settling on. And I couldn't turn corners with the big version because I just don't have the space to try that combination with the regular size sets. The one thing I don't like about this combination is the same problem I had with the bigger one. It's that when you put the markets on this side of the gardens, it just blocks off way too much of the gardens, like not exterior, but around the back, like it blocks off way too much because the markets are so deep. And I'll go back to my main complaint about the markets. That's why I wish that it was more in line with the other sets in terms of its depth. And Temple Island can actually still be detached from the gardens in micro scale, so you can put this wherever you want as well. So you can really play around with some different combinations. I'll try another corner one now. Let me see. I think maybe I'll put both of the companion sets onto the sides of the corner buildings. So just give me a second here. All right, this is an interesting kind of Diagon Alley style Ninjago City, I think. I don't really love how close together like these two big segments are. I've just slapped Temple Island into the middle of them, and then around the side you've still got the gardens and the markets, and then going around to the back, this is where you get that Diagon Alley vibe. It's way too narrow. Like the exteriors, or again the backs, not the exteriors, but the backs of the cities are totally inaccessible. Like with all of this markets, yeah, this is the markets with all of the market stuff like right there. It's the same problems I have with the larger sets. I just don't love the design of the markets. I really hate how different it is from all of the other sets because if more of its depth was concentrated at the front, this would be such a nice like open waterway at the back, but instead it's all cramped and smushed because of the markets. So I don't think that this is a winning combination either. It also makes like the back uneven because the markets is on 2 base plates instead of one, and the docks are on 1.5 base plates. Like maybe it would be better to move Temple Island down here, but then like the two tall sets would just be way too close together. It is way easier to try out combinations at a micro scale though, so this does kind of scratch that itch for me that I was unable to try with the bigger sets because there just wasn't enough room to do stuff like that. So here's my full Ninjago City display, now complete with the micro sets right in front of them in the same format. To be honest, I don't think I like the Micro Ninjago City sets in this display as much as I like the bigger ones in this display. So maybe I'm going to change up how I'm displaying them. You know, like maybe I'm going to have the micro sets displayed in a separate way to my mainline sets, but they will be displayed together with the micro ones in front of the big ones. So I just wanted to show you guys what the sets look like together. Like I said, they are really, really great approximations of the bigger sets. They still have so much detail, and it's thrilling to have, you know, like a huge, complicated, chaotic Lego display, and then to have a mini version of that same display right in front of it. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. This is how I'm going to keep my Micro City displayed because I want it matching the bigger display. But what I'm really happy about with these sets is that it let me explore like the corner options. And I think that's the secret to the Ninjago City Market set. I think it's better when it's tucked away on the side and it's not clashing as strongly with the first three sets. And so hopefully one day I'm going to be able to have a huge Lego city, and I'll be able to have a Ninjago City district where I can turn a corner, because also hopefully we'll get more sets. I'm really hoping that we're on a Ninjago City set every 2 years kind of streak, because we got the gardens in 2021, we got the markets in 2023, so fingers crossed that 2025 brings us a fifth set. But for now, this is my display in both micro scale and regular minifigure scale. I really love these sets. I would definitely pick them up. It is a lot of VIP points. I know not everyone spends as crazily as myself, because I buy like anything I can get in the reward center that's exclusive. I don't even think about it. I just want the exclusive items, and it doesn't really make a dent in my points because I have like tens of thousands of them. But that's not the case for everyone. If you're someone that does not have a lot of points and you're saving them for something good, I would put them towards the Micro Ninjago City sets instead of like a discount off a regular Lego set, because these are truly excellent exclusive Insiders rewards. This is exactly what I think you should be able to get in the Insiders reward program. But honestly, I think they're a little bit too good to just be limited to Insiders rewards. So I guess they're still not the perfect reward, because I wish these were sold. I wish Lego was selling these for like $20 each or even $25 each. They're super, super detailed. I think it would be wonderful if everyone could get them, not just people that spend a ton of money on Lego sets and have a bunch of Insiders points. I don't think they're too expensive on Bricklink, so if you want to get them on the aftermarket, that's another good option. But if you have the points, I would totally just use the points on these. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.